If you go to the back side of your second page, that's what we will be starting. Back side of the second page. Okay. So we're taking the medical missionary work to the community, part 2, getting started. So how to take the medical missionary work to your community. It's going to be by doing a health survey, door to door, or by the phone. And we learned you can also ask for prayer requests, but we're going to look at these surveys. So you'll have options. But before we do, there are many ways in which church members may give the message to those around them. One of the most successful is by living helpful, unselfish Christian lives. 6T, page 30, paragraph 1. House to house labor, searching for souls, hunting for the lost sheep is the most what? It's the most essential. So is this the most important work for us to do? And when we're going house to house looking for the lost sheep, are we supposed to come and bring Jesus to them, or we are to start with the health message? The health message. Amen. Okay, let's go. That was First Manuscript Release, page 14, paragraph 1. There is need of coming close to the people by personal effort. If less time were given to what? And more time were spent in personal ministry, greater results would be seen. And there's other quotes where she says we're not to have sermon week after week. Do you know, for someone such as myself, who has been studying the prophecies for years and know the prophecies, read the pioneer books, it's a sin for me to sit in church every Sabbath to listen to a sermon. She says a person like myself should be out reaching souls. Now, new people, of course, they need to be taught. But people who've been in the church for years and do know the messages, it's a sin for us to sit in church every single Sabbath to hear sermon after sermon. The poor are to be relieved, the sick cared for, the sorrowing and the bereaved comforted, the ignorant instructed, the inexperienced counseled. Ministry of Healing, page 143, paragraph 4. And okay. Christ's method alone. Christ's method alone. So you cannot improve, will give true success in reaching the people. The Savior mingled with men as one who desired their good. He showed his sympathy for them, ministered to their needs, and won their confidence. Then he bade them what? We can't preach the Sabbath to people. We can't be preaching, you shouldn't eat meat, you shouldn't eat fish, you shouldn't eat. We got to mingle with the people, become their friends, help them in any way that we can. And as they see we have a true interest and love for them, then we could share these things with them. And they say, why are you so nice? Because of Jesus. Or I've had people say, you're always smiling, you're always happy. Because of Jesus. I don't get any credit. And because I get 1 day a week off every week. People who work 7 days a week, 24/7, week after week, they're not happy, they're miserable, they're tired, they're worn out. So I'll start talking to them about certain things, but it's after I've won their confidence. There is need of coming close to the people by personal effort. This work cannot be without what? Fruit. The suffering and destitute of all classes are our neighbors. It is our duty to relieve them as far as possible. First, meet the temporal necessities of the needy and relieve their physical wants and sufferings, and you will then find an open avenue to the what? Testimonies, volume 4, page 226, paragraph 3. Wherever a church is established, are we at a church? How many of the members? So Ernie shouldn't have to make an appeal for people to help. How many are supposed to actively be involved? All should engage actively in medical missionary work. in missionary work. They should visit how many families in the neighborhood? How many of the families? So your church is supposed to go out, break up into groups of 2, and knock on every door and reach the neighborhood. If every church member had sought to enlighten others, what does that say there? Brothers and sisters, do you see why the vision she had, thousands will come into the message in the end, and this will sweep across? Because we're going to start doing this work. People are learning the importance of this work. People are studying and getting the free training and getting the books that they need to learn to become intelligent in this work. Amen? Thousands upon thousands would today stand with God's commandment-keeping people. I tell our ministers when I talk to them, because they'll have us go out there and give out magazines that are not health magazines or want to sign people up for Bible studies. Let's do the work, health work. If we want to fill these pews, because you see the churches today are empty. When I went to church in 90, started, the entire church would be packed. Seminars, prayer meetings, every church member just about was there because they were interesting, right? Now our seats are getting empty. So how do we fill them? We go and do this work, and that will bring thousands into the fold. Testimony 6, page 296, paragraph 2. Had you done medical missionary work trying to heal soul and body, you would have seen hundreds and thousands coming into the truth. Work for souls ready to perish. Do among them practical missionary work. What about raking their lawn? If it's an elderly person and they can't do much, what about going shopping for them? What about taking them on errands if they need errands? That's practical work, isn't it? Thus many souls will be brought to a knowledge of the truth. And that was 1888 Materials, page 1750, paragraph 6. Those are excellent books. Note, one of the easiest ways of taking the medical missionary work into our neighborhoods, towns, and cities is by doing a health survey. Going door to door is preferable, but in the winter months, over-the-phone surveys work very well. Following this are a few surveys that you may use in your own community. So I'm going to show you the over the phone and what I say to them. Okay? So because of what we are told in Testimonies, Volume 7, page 62, stating that every member is to be a medical missionary, and the fact that each one of us are to be going door to door as we have been counseled, it has been very heavy on my heart, and I wrote this in 2013, learning how to do this work most effectively. However, with all of our busy schedules in 2019, it was 13, I changed it, and the fact that it is dangerous for women to go by themselves door to door, I've really been asking God, what is another way that we could get into the homes of the people with the health message? Now, this is if you're by yourself, if it's winter time. This is not to replace the actual door-to-door work we're to do, okay? I was impressed with the following. You can go through the white pages and conduct a health survey over the phone. So I picked up the white pages, and I asked the Lord for a script. Lord, what do I say when I call these people? And you want to try a minimum of 30 minutes each day, if at all possible. You can even do as much as an hour, but you don't want to burn yourself out. When we go door to door, we don't really do much more than 30 minutes to an hour. If there's a whole bunch of us, we can reach a lot of houses. Okay? So below is a script I was impressed to type out. You may change it as you see fit or change a health survey below as you see fit as well. Get your local white pages and start at the beginning. Try doing this for half an hour minimum each day at a time that is not too early or too late. Preferably not after 6 p.m. and not before 9 or 10 a.m. Okay? Because we want to be respectful to people. So, over the phone script. Hello. So I'll be like, hello, my name is Christine, and I'm with, and we were New Start Health Program. That's what we were called. So you put your ministry name here, but you don't want to use missionary, nothing with God or Bible in it, okay? because this is to be the entering wedge, and you're going to be calling a lot of people who don't like God or mad at God or are atheists or agnostics. Okay? If you are a nurse, a doctor, a practitioner, a therapist, you can include that as well. So I say I'm a licensed vocational nurse in the area, and I'm with New Start Health Program. They're like, oh, New Start. I've never heard of that before. Okay? And then I tell them, and if you're not any of those, you can just say I'm a health educator. Because aren't we all to be health educators? Yes. We are calling those in the community to conduct a health survey, assessing the needs of the people. We realize there are many who either don't have health insurance or who do, but would like to learn a healthier way of getting to the root of their health problems. And a lot of these people are tired of taking a lot of drug medication. So we'll say something like that. We also want to let everyone know about the free health services that we offer that are available in the area. And they'll say, well, what kind of free services? And we'll tell them, like, we do blood pressure checks, we'll do health screenings, we have classes on reversing diabetes. They'll be like, excuse me, did you say reversing diabetes? Oh, yes. Medical science is now saying it can be reversed. Or, if you know anyone who wants to quit smoking, having a hard time overcoming alcohol or addiction, whatever you guys would offer here. So we talk about that. So I ask him, is it possible that I take just a minute of your time to complete the health survey? So before I get into what I was just telling you, I finished this script. So most of them say yes. Sometimes you'll have people say, can you call me back in an hour? I'm very interested. Maybe out of 10, I'll get one who will say no. They're very interested. So that's the end of the script. Very simple, right? If they say yes, conduct the following survey and be sure to get their name, address, and email address. They might not over the phone want to give you their address, so I would ask for their name and email address. But when you're going door to door, which we'll be learning, look at the address. Don't ask them for it, but look at it and write it down, okay? Because you're going to be mailing them thank you letters. You're going to be mailing them health information that pertains to the questions that were answered, okay? Be sure to let them know that you are in the area, and if they need any health information or have some type of problem, they may call you. Please be sure to let them know all services you provide, and at the very end of your survey, I cut something off, I don't know what it is. Also let them know that you're trying to teach people how to improve their health, okay? And some people say, I'm so sick of the hospitals, I'm so sick of medicine. Those are the ones you can really work with. Okay, so taking a health survey into your community, door to door and over the phone. So, go to your handout. And now I just did the script. So go to the next page and you'll see the surveys. So we're going to go over these surveys. So, question number 1. So we have a clipboard and we have this one page. And there's a couple we do. And I'm going to show you the ones for door to door and I'm going to show you the ones for over the phone. So we'll have a clipboard when we go door to door and we'll have a pen. And if they say yes, we'll say, hi, we're such and such with the New Start Health group in the community. And if you have someone in the health field, it's good to get them to be like your leader because they can say, I'm a physical therapist or I'm a massage therapist or I'm a nurse or whatever they may be, their profession. That really even makes it even better. So they always use me from my church because I'm a nurse and they'll push me in the front and I'll be like, yes, I'm a licensed vocational nurse in the area and we're just conducting a health survey. We're trying to assess the needs of the community. Could you take just a minute of your time or 2 minutes to fill this out for us? Oh, sure. Sometimes they want you to fill it out for them. But you try to give it to them to fill it out. because them reading and answering is faster than you reading the question to them and then having to think to give you the answer. Okay? Do you or anyone in your home have heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, arthritis, diabetes, or cancer? Do you or anyone in your home currently, now if they, well, I'll tell you after. Do you or anyone in your home currently have a cough, cold, flu, earache, headache, toothache, or any open wound? Do you eat breakfast every day? How many cups of water have you had today? Do you drink coffee, tea, diet soda, regular soda, or any type of energy drink? How often do you exercise a minimum of 30 minutes each day? And then it says rarely, 1 to 2 times, 3 to 4 times, 5 or more. How often do you get 7 to 8 hours of sleep? Rarely, 1 to 2 times per week, 3 to 4 times per week, or 5 or more per week. When is the last time you had your blood pressure checked? What was it? Do you mind if I ask what it was? Have you seen the documentary Forks Over Knives? That's another question. And we carry copies of that with us. And you know, for educational purposes, you can make copies. Did you know that? Copyright law? Copyright law, you can make copies for educational purposes, but you cannot make copies for sale. Yeah. And you can't make copies just to, hey, have a nice DVD. But when you're going door to door and you're trying to educate, you can have copies. It's called the Free, does anyone know what I'm talking about? The Free Something Act? Free what? Yeah, it's a Free Something Education Act. Okay, let's keep going. Bonus questions. Please answer yes or no to the following questions. Are you interested in losing any weight? Do you want to feel better? Do you want to improve, stabilize, or even reverse a chronic condition such as heart disease, high cholesterol, diabetes, high blood pressure, or any other condition not mentioned? Would you like to take fewer medications if you're on it? It should say if you're on any. Are you open to changing your diet if it could really improve your health? Are you interested in learning how to quit smoking or drinking? So now, let's go back over these questions. We always want to have handouts with us. And at the end, we're going to learn where you get these handouts from. So question number 1. If they say yes to heart disease, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, arthritis, diabetes, or cancer, you're going to give them a handout magazine called Radiant Living. So write that next to it. If they answer yes, give Radiant Living magazine. And you can open to the page because you want to get familiar with that magazine. And then open to the page where if they say diabetes, if they say heart disease, and say, oh, right here on this page, and you show it to them, it talks all about this condition. And read this magazine because it gives 8 simple laws. We know there's more than 8, but in there's 8. That tells you how you can reverse all of these conditions. Okay? If they say no, you want to give them the handout, 8 simple rules of the healthiest living people. Or 8 simple secrets of the world's healthiest people. 8 simple secrets. Huh? You do have them? You have them? You have both of those? Okay. So he knows where to get them. And I'm going to tell you right now where to get them. So if they say no, you give them the brochure. It's a nice brochure. It's very colorful. It's called 8 Simple Secrets of the World's Healthiest People. Okay? And then you get both of those from Family Heritage Books. And we're going to see at the end. I'm going to give you all the websites, the phone numbers, everything. It's in your handout. Okay? Number 2, if they say yes to a cough, a cold, a flu, a earache, a headache, a toothache, or an open wound, which I did not bring the wound documents today. I will email them to you sometime this week. We went over the natural remedies for the cold and flu season, remember? You would give them that if they said yes to a cough, cold, flu, or earache, or headache. The everyday ailments you would give to them if they said yes to a toothache, and you give them the open wound handout if they said yes to an open wound. And if they said yes right then and there, you can ask them, I can make a remedy for you right now that can take that toothache away. May I do that for you? Or I have this stuff that can help your wound, and it will actually heal faster than what they use in the hospitals. And say, it's very simple. It'll take me 5 minutes to do this. Some people will be yes. Some people will be no. But you shouldn't be alone. Don't go in the house by yourself. Always go 2 by 2. Number 3, do you eat breakfast every day? If they say no, I have a handout on breakfast, which I'll be sending you. And it gives you like 12 reasons why breakfast is so important and the health conditions related to skipping breakfast. Number 4, how many cups of water have you had today? So for this, we give them I had this 4x6 index card made, glossy. Gave all the information and how to calculate your water. We ran out of those, but there are websites I'll be showing you, and I'll say that's where you can get that from. That is handouts by our Adventist people on water. Do you drink coffee, tea, diet soda, regular soda? We have little tracks on tea, on coffee, on diet soda, and I'll be showing you when I go through the websites, through the names of the ministries, which one. Also on exercise for number 6. Also for sleep on number 7. Now, we don't want to give them a handout for every little thing. It will overwhelm them. If they answer yes to number 1, you don't give them anything else. If they answer no, make sure you write this down. If they answer no to number 1, you give them the brochure and you'll give them 1 or 2 other little tracts, because a magazine is a lot to read. Okay? But then you're going to later contact them via mail, and you're going to send them more stuff through the mail. Do you get what I'm saying? Saying thank you for coming. Thank you for taking the time to fill out our assessment form, do the survey. Okay. If they say they have not seen Forks Over Knives, what did I tell you we have a copy of? Now, I haven't updated this, but we also put or what the health. And what we do is we give them one or the other, and we'll go back the next week and ask them if they ever got a chance to watch it. You've got to watch this. Especially, I like What the Health first. Since What the Health came out 2 years ago, I like to give that one first because that is fascinating. It's a young guy. He's not old. These Forks Over Knives is elderly people. A lot of young people won't relate to it. But this guy's a young guy, probably late 20s, early 30s. And younger people can relate to him more. And he goes really fast, and he's very fascinating, and it's not slow, so that would keep the interest of the people more. So if they say no, we give them a copy of that. And we tell them, we'll be back in 1 week. Please watch this. It will change your whole family. It will change your life forever. You want to say stuff like that to get them interested. Not just watch it, but please, this will change your life forever. Okay? So now, make sure you get their name and you get their contact number or email address if you can. And then don't ask them for the address, but just look. Just notice. If they don't fill it in, you write it down. Okay? Now let's go to the over the phone. What'd you say? I will. We're doing Q&A. Also, if they haven't had their blood pressure checked, can you offer to check their blood pressure? Would you mind if we checked? Would you like your blood pressure checked? Nah. People are scared to get it checked. Yeah. Can you check it? My blood pressure machine broke. Or I didn't get to Safeway today to get my blood pressure checked. Yeah, could you check it? You'll get some people say yes, some people say no. I find it's half and half. Make sure you're with someone. Never do this by yourself. Okay, so now over the phone is the same thing, but of course you can't give them anything right then and there. And you can't hand them a DVD. So what you can do is if they say no to What the Health, you can give them the link online. You could tell them, hey, do you have Netflix? It's on Netflix. I think it's on Hulu as well. So the over-the-phone survey is pretty much the same. And I will be sending you guys the follow-up letters. We do a follow-up letter the very next day. Thank you for having taken the time to fill out this survey on such and such a date. And then if they say, yes, they had heart disease, and you gave them the magazine, and then they drink coffee, they drink soda, we'll give them little tracts according to each. And we'll put it in the legal size envelope with the letter. 2 weeks later, we'll follow up. Did you ever get a chance to read your material? Did you find it interesting? And then in the letter, it says something to the effect of, physical health is very important, but so is spiritual health. Would you be interested in free Bible studies? But the way it's worded is really nice. And so we offer free Bible studies because it is, eventually you want to lead them to Christ, right? We're not trying to make healthy sinners. That is not our goal. Okay? So the next two surveys, they're similar, but we took a few things out, maybe made a few changes. You can read that for yourself. Okay? So now we're going to look at where to get this health material. So we went to all 4 surveys, door to door, over the phone. After conducting your health surveys, you will be mailing out the health materials to the people according to how they answered the survey. Is that making sense? So by the way, get all the different health tracts you can on different health issues so that you may mail them according. They have them on plant-based diet, cancer, yes. You do? Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see if you have them all. We'll look. She might because she's done the training, so we'll see. On the day you do the survey, be sure to send a thank you letter the day after with the free health material enclosed, and then 2 weeks later, send a follow-up letter stating that you are wondering if they received the health material and also offer free Bible studies. And you don't need to send me a request because I'm going to be sending this to you. Places where to order the health material. Now, everyone in here needs to have their own. The church should be for the church when you go to the community, but you need to have your own to carry with you. Okay, so Family Heritage Books. They have the Radiant Living magazines. They have the cookbooks. They have cookbooks. They have all kinds of health magazines on diabetes. And then they have the 8 Secrets of the World's Healthiest People brochures. What the Bible says about health, they have that as well. That's a really neat brochure. People who are Christians, if I find out they're Christian, I'll give them that one. And that's the phone number, 800-777-2848. It's in your handout. Okay. Then Lifestyle Matters. The phone number is 866-624-5433. Balanced Living Tracts. That's what you get from them. Balanced Living Tracts. And that's the link to the Balanced Living Tracts. Places where to order health material. Vibrant Life. They have Vibrant Life tracts and magazines. And another one that I did not put on here that I'm just thinking of is Health Expo banners. They have all kinds of stuff. They have the thermometers, the scales. To do a big, huge health expo, the banners of the laws of health. They have a banner for nutrition, for exercise, for water. Really beautiful, colorful banners. Okay, Vibrant Life. They have Vibrant Life health tracks on different health topics. You can order from me. The Natural Remedies for Everyday Ailments, which I'll be emailing to you guys for the cold and flu season. Natural Remedies in place of antibiotics, which we have not done that class. And Natural Remedies for Emergencies. We didn't do that class either. And also Wound Care. And that's my phone number, 208-217-5285. The medical missionary work should be a part of the work of every what? Come on, guys. Should be a part of the work of every church in our land. So Ernie and his wife, they are bringing this work here. You guys are doing it on a bigger scale than it was being done before, I'm sure. Now you've learned a whole bunch more information. You can do the free training. Please, please do the training. Read everything. Some people feel some of the things are not important. It's all important. You cannot ignore one thing and pass on to the next and pick and choose. And people always want the disease portion, phase 3 first. No, it cannot work that way. When I went to nursing school, we didn't go and work on people right away. We had to learn how to give injections into a chicken. Not that I agree with that anymore. I didn't know at the time. We had to learn how to check the pulse and check the heart, the respirations, and how to do CPR before we even thought about trying to go into work on someone in the hospital. So there are steps that we have to take. You need theory. You need practical. Then you go and do the diseases and work on people. Okay? A promise about this work. We shall see the medical missionary work broadening and deepening at every point of its progress because of the inflowing of hundreds and thousands of streams until the whole earth is covered as the waters cover the sea. Page Medical Ministry 317. Any questions? Okay, Gay had a question first, and then we'll go to Arthur. Can we have someone to take the mic around? So, brothers and sisters, it's really not complicated how to take it to your community, is it? And part of phase 2 teaches you how to set up a booth at your local flea market, at your local farmer's market. We normally have 3 tables. We have those tent things. What are those things called that go over you? And then we make a big banner, somebody who can draw has a picture of the arm with the blood pressure cuff, and we put free blood pressure. Then we laminate it. We tape it to the top. And in the front, we'll have the health age survey. Health age survey here. Blood pressure check here. Cookbooks, health books here. So we have someone talking to people about that. And then over here, we have a sign up with the massage chair. That's another thing. I forgot to, you guys, I'll have to send you the information where to get the massage chairs. $99. Tables, $99, $109 out of $300, $400. It's wholesale. So we'll have a massage chair, 2 massage chairs, and we'll have 2 people doing massages, one for men and one for women. Should women massage men? Should men massage women? No, we're counseled not to, because the little nerve endings goes into their body, and men get excited when women are touching on them. And we want to abstain from all appearance of evil, right? But we do the first 5 minutes free, and every minute thereafter is $1, because we try to raise money for the stuff we give away. And so that is the most popular section, and the free and the health age survey, which you get from the health banner. Let me see here, because I should have had this on here, and I didn't. Let's see. Am I on Wi-Fi? I am. Okay, let's see. Health Expo banners, and I'll tell you the website. Oh, it says no internet. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay. Here it is, healthexporesources.com. healthexporesources.com. Now, this is not where I get my massage chair. I get it wholesale, probably the same place they got it. Oh, you know what? This might be $85 is what they're selling it for. That's an excellent price. Yeah, get it from them. But they have banners. There's a chair massage training video. If you get all the banners, which is like 16 or 20, it's like $999. It's an investment. That's worth it. So they have nutrition banners, exercise banners. Let me see here, so you can see them better. And then they have bestseller sections. Discover your health age. We do the $99 one. They have abundant living videos that are very good. There's 25 presentations, and it has beautiful pictures. So like when you talk about charcoal, they already have it, all what you can use charcoal for. And I give quotes on charcoal, but you can use it as an additional if you're doing the community. Disposable mouthpieces for the spirometer. They have scales. They have so much stuff. It's wonderful. And this is all admin. Here's a kit that you can buy. It comes with everything just about that you need to start. Not the chair, though. Okay? So that's an excellent website to go to. I didn't have it on the document, but I should have. Okay. Gay, did you ask me your question?
No, not yet. Okay, but I think Ernie said he has all of these different brochures, so we can. I'm kind of not sure how. What
You
I
don't
want
want to take from the church, though, because the churches is for the community.
Okay.
You want to get your own for yourself?
Okay.
Yes. And that's from Family Heritage Books.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My question is kind of complex. I don't know how to ask it. I have to think it through.
Okay, so let's give that to Arthur because he wanted to ask a question.
I had a quick comment and a question. I read in a book about a man in India that was on his way to dying, and he went to his guru, and the guru told him to stop eating meat, stop eating big meals, and there's some other things the guru did. I think he used some copper also for the guy. And within a month, the man was returned to full health. And then he ate a huge meal with a lot of meat, and he was dead within 2 days.
Wow.
And his guru had advised him not to do that because his health would fail 10 times faster if he went back to his old ways.
And we learned that yesterday, I believe it was.
Yeah,
that we're to
yeah.
tell the people if they go back to their lifestyle, they can get worse off within weeks and months.
Right.
Now, I don't believe in going to a guru because that's dealing with spiritualism. But even the gurus have learned our health message.
Yep.
They've read our books.
Mm-hmm.
You said something about he took gold or copper.
Oh, he took. I guess he gave him like a copper bracelet or something.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we
Yeah.
don't deal with the metals. But
Mm-hmm.
someone asked me yesterday what I thought about silver, colloidal silver.
Mm-hmm.
Do we find anywhere in our books to use any metals internally? Brothers and sisters, stay away from it. Does it have results? Yes. So does wine. So do drugs. Right? So does marijuana. But if it's not given to us, because that man took it, and he turned blue. It messes with your liver, messes with your kidneys. Our bodies were not made to eat metals like that.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to get any of these minerals, where should we get them from?
Foods.
From our food. So, yes, have I used colloidal silver? I did in the past until I started studying our health message. There's other things you can use, VVAX, eucalyptus spray. We learned about the oregano oil of oregano, tea tree oil. You could put these drops in water and gargle with them. Peroxide, salt water. We don't need colloidal silver spray.
Okay, now for my question. My father told me there was a man in Hungary who had diabetes,
Mm-hmm.
and he went to his doctor, and the doctor advised him to eat something sour every day, like sour apples, sauerkraut, soured pickles. And within about a month or so, the man's diabetes was cured.
Can drugs fix a situation temporarily? Anyone answer? Can drugs fix it? They can fix a situation temporarily. Just because it's fixing a situation temporarily, is it our method?
No.
Sauerkraut is fermented, is it not? Are we supposed to eat fermented food, or is our food to be fresh? Are we supposed to eat sour bread? The only thing sour is like limes, lemons, if it's natural in the food world. Something else he said. Just because something works doesn't mean it's from whom? God. Is Satan going to be healing people? Does that mean we're to go to him? No. There are many methods Satan is using through people that is having a desired effect temporarily. But if it's not in our books, is it for us? Because Christ showed the prophet everything we need to know. Let me show you a quote that is powerful. We want to stick with the methods that has been given to us. And I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying I was going to get? About what? No. What was I getting the quote for? The what? Do you guys remember what I just lost my train of thought. What was I getting the quote for? What was the specific topic we were just talking about? I said, huh? There was something else that was said. I forgot. Let me try to think now. You said fermented foods. There was something that I was just going to go and get you guys. Okay, I can't think of it. When I think of it, we were talking about fermented foods. We were talking about... Oh, I thank you, Lord. Okay. I had to pray to the Lord to remember. Okay. It says, the present truth for this time comprises the messages, the third angel's message succeeding the first and second. The presentation, no, that's not it. Sorry. 10MR, here it is. The truth for this time, the third angel's message, is to be proclaimed with a loud voice, meaning with increasing power as we approach the great final test. This test must come to the churches in connection with the true medical missionary work, a work that has the great physician to do what? Dictate and preside in what? In all it comprehends. So everything we need to know about this work, does Jesus dictate it? Does he preside over it? So is there anything about this work that we need to go to the outside for? Right. So even not the world. What about Sunday churches? They're not the world. They're apostate Protestant America. Do we go to them? No. Do we go to Hallelujah Acres? No. Should we go to Charlotte Gerson's Institute? No. So when somebody dictates, what is someone doing? Somebody's writing. Who was writing it down? Who? Sister White. She says, let me get you the quote. Hold on just a minute. We're told that our bread should not be sour, the slightest taint of sour. All our bread is to be sweet and light. And remind me to share that quote. Okay. What does this say right here? The methods of treating the sick were what? Plainly revealed to me. The Lord has marked out a way in which his people are to carry forward a work of what? So the Lord marked it out. He dictated it. Who took the dictation? And everything we need to know for the methods of treating the sick were plainly revealed to whom? Sister White. We don't need to go to anyone else. And if she points us to this doctor's book and that doctor's book, can we say they're safe to read? Should we be reading them? Absolutely. So we need not go to outside sources. Outside sources got their information from us, but they picked and chose what they wanted to obey. Right? Okay. Does that answer your question? Oh, and let me show you about the bread. Okay, let's see here. Okay. Let's see. It is a religious duty for every Christian girl and woman to learn to make good, what does that say? Sweet, light bread. Should it be sour? I'm going to show you where she said there should be no sourness. Should we be eating sour bread? Isn't it nice to know we should eat sweet bread? I like that. But what do we want to sweeten it with? White sugar? Honey. And you can use molasses as well. Where the germ and the bran hasn't been removed. Unrefined. Okay? Whole wheat flour, whole wheat grains, like oats. And she said our bread should not just be made out of whole wheat. We should have like 2 other grains. Let me see here. Look at this. Bread should be light and sweet. Not the least taint of sourness should be what? Tolerated. The loaves should be what? Small. But we make big loaves. We should make small loaves. And so thoroughly baked that as far as possible the yeast germs shall be destroyed. And that's the reason why. Okay, so I just wanted to show you that because I made that comment. Okay, any other questions? Okay, Brother Ignacio has a question.
You said that you're gonna later you're gonna share with us the remedy to replace antibiotics.
I will email it to you. We're not doing it. I never did it.
Okay, but you will email it.
Right, right. And those who are watching and would like any of these handouts, you can send me an email to the letter C for Christine, biblical, BIBLICAL @yahoo.com. And we're going to have part 3 after lunch. We're going to be learning water treatments. Okay? Water treatments.
I have another question. Maybe you already explained it, but I don't remember. For cavities.
For a callus?
Cavities.
Oh,
Tooth
cavities?
So what's the remedy?
Go see your dentist. And don't get mercury fillings. Now, for the last days, there's nothing wrong with going to a dentist. Sister White went and got 8 teeth pulled without 1 drop of medicine. Wow. I said, I don't think I could do that.
Yeah.
Not even 1 tooth.
Yeah.
But somebody, that was you? Was that somebody? There's a tool you could pull teeth very easily. Somebody was telling me yesterday there's a tool that they recently made that medical missionaries are using in the field where you can actually pull the whole tooth and it's painless. And I want to learn about that instrument. Huh? Okay, somebody was telling me about it yesterday.
So anyway,
Um,
because last night or this at 2 o'clock in the
What you
morning.
can do
Uh-huh.
is get some clay
Okay. Clay.
already made at the art store, but the clay that's not colored. They have uncolored clay. Pack it in the hole because the cavity is a hole. The pain is the air getting into the nerve, and it works. And then do the charcoal and the clove oil around the area. Yes, but go see a dentist.
Yeah.
Okay, and then make sure they don't use mercury filling. Okay.
So that clay would that stay?
Yeah, it
Stay?
stays, but it's only
Oh,
temporary.
it's not temporary. So
It's
you
a
can get
temporary
20%
fix.
then.
Yeah,
Okay.
you'll
need to see a dentist for that. Yes.
I got kind of a comment.
Okay.
I've heard people talk about getting yeast infections,
Uh-huh.
and women, from what I understand, tend to get them more easily than guys because a woman's body tends to be more sweeter. I have had yeast infections a couple times in my life. I noticed when I cut way back on sugar that the yeast infection would go away.
Absolutely.
And I also read that yeast infections also feed cancer.
Candida feeds on sugar. Okay. We want the right type of sugar, right? And are we to eat a lot of honey? The Bible says eat a little honey, right? So do you eat lots of sweet bread? Do you sit down to 3-4 rolls of sweet bread? Don't have more than 2. And people are eating candy, cookies, cakes, pies. The bread in the stores is loaded with sugar. It's got maltodextrose this and corn syrup that, and it's got like 6 different sugars. So, yes. And so, yes, when a person has any type of yeast infection, we take them off of all sugar. And then for a woman, we have her douche with a half a teaspoon of tea tree oil and like a quarter teaspoon of oil of oregano, or not a quarter teaspoon, a few drops of oil of oregano in a full bag, and it knocks it out in like 1 or 2 tries. Just a few drops, oil of oregano, but a half a teaspoon of tea tree oil, and it works good. And put them on a good diet with lots of green vegetables. A lot of people who have candida, they're very low and they're not eating vegetables. That's very important. Any other questions? Okay, Brother Nestor has a question.
The part 3 service that we'll be doing is in the
Yes,
kitchen.
we'll be
Okay.
doing part 3 in the eating area.
Okay. Is there any other questions besides me?
Anyone else have a question?